Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all well. I am in the most comfy clothes right now. I'm filming this on a Sunday and I was like, this is the day of rest. And I don't really fancy doing what we're doing today in like full fucking glam at 8 AM. Name that meme. You might be able to tell from the title, but today we're going to have a little chat about something we haven't discussed in a while, but it's something that's close to my heart. It's the good old pin badge collection. Yeah, it's reflective. You don't need to see all of this. So what we're going to do is together we're going to apply a few new badges to the team and yeah, have a little discussion. So if this sounds like something that might float your boat, stick around and we'll get into it in 2 whole seconds. So pin badges, let's get into it. Firstly, why does not every single theatre do one solitary pin badge for collectors? I don't know. I haven't actually bought that many recently because of reasons, namely that either 1, the show doesn't do a pin badge, or 2, they do a pin badge collection. That should not be a thing. I have a couple that are pin badge collections. I think I've got 3 sets, one of which I'm happy that they did what they did and they did a trio because I like it. Well, I like 2 out of 3, but at the same time, just do 1. Especially if you are like, and I'm going to call them out, Calamity Jane had a pin badge collection which was £14. I'm sorry. No, thank you. We shall move on. So, if you've never met my collection before, I have been collecting for a while now, and they live in this gorgeous display case. Ooh, I'm going to just do this because I don't feel like everyone needs to see everything. But yes, this is my collection. I got this contraption from IKEA. I actually have a second one somewhere buried deep over there because I was like, oh, what if I fill it up and then I never do them before and do them again. Teeth in. But I haven't yet needed it, so I shouldn't complain. Before we add the new ones, I'm going to move a few around because I've got a few spaces that I feel would be better used putting something else in. Let's discuss pin badges. Let's discuss a few favourites. Firstly, I do have to say, big fan of the ones that aren't quite just a name. Like, I'm all for just a name. For example, Mean Girls, delightful, you know what it's for, you can't have any qualms. I like ones that are the name of the show but done slightly different. For example, pulling them all out here, The Importance of Being Earnest. It's the name of the show, it's the National Theatre pin, so quality, but it's also a handbag. We all like the reference. But at the same time, I do enjoy ones that are related to the show but not specifically like, that's theatre merch. Case in point, these two. The DeLorean from Back to the Future. Glorious. We all know what the DeLorean is, but you don't necessarily think that's theatre merch. And the Witches did this gorgeous little mouse. Hopefully that showed up, I don't know, until editing. The things that I don't enjoy about pins, one already said, I find it annoying when groups, there is like a group of them. I did say that I have 3 groups you have the I Should Be So Lucky set, which less said about that show the better, but they were a trio that's a sunglasses, a tree and an I Should Be So Lucky thing. Just to bring this back up, they're over here, got a tree, an I Should Be So Lucky and the glasses. Don't think we needed all three, just the I Should Be So Lucky pin would have been fine. But hey ho, I'm trying to think how to move stuff over because I've got a little gap down the bottom and I have a lot more space that I can move things with. I don't know where to put it. I also definitely prefer a pin badge as opposed to a badge. Again, if I lift it back up, I should just keep it on my shoulder. We have a badge that was given to us at Becoming a Nancy at the Rep. Also 42nd Street back in the day just did a badge, quite rude. But yeah, the badges tend to live on this side. One from On Your Feet, one from the Strange Loop, one from the Barbican. I just like that one because I did find the Barbican. That place is a maze. So yeah, I prefer a pin badge, especially for this contraption, because you essentially push them into the material at the back. But you can't be choosy about these things. For the one person or the one show that I am okay with having badges are, oh my gosh, these aren't coming out because they've been in there so long, but I would like to move them down the bottom, are the Come From Away ones. The actual show itself had a pin badge which you could purchase, which just is a Come From Away on a maple leaf. However, hear the pop. However, they, throughout their time at the Phoenix, also had more limited edition pins. There's one Welcome to the Rock, glorious, because it's the first song of the show, and you initially know, or you straight away know, should I say, that it's a Come From Away pin. And then they did do festive ones. I think I bought this actually through eBay, but it says That's a Moose. Again, you know it's for the show. Oh, that's gonna, oh, I don't like that. There's not enough space. You know it's from the show. Nice. But it's not necessarily. Bit much. What you all don't know is I've just spent like the last 5 minutes silently just putting, oh goodness me, moving certain pins around. I'm currently trying to get this one back in, which was from the History Boys, excuse you. The History Boys, when it did a 2 theatre tour. It was at the Wolverhampton Grand, and I think it did somewhere else. And this actually was kindly given to me by somebody, if I remember the story correctly. I mean, History Boys at the Wolverhampton Grand was quite a while back, but I believe that someone who saw the show and was given it to them at a press show, or the press night, if you will. They were all given them, and I feel like the story goes, I was like, wow, that's a cool pin, on somebody's like Instagram or socials, and they were like, I'm not going to use it, would you like it? And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to say no to a pin. Right, she's nearly got some space. I feel like that's going to stay there. Because the one thing about this collection that is odd one out is, I'm gonna have to take you two out, aren't I? This, because this is a keychain for the School of Rock when it was at the Gillian Lynn, because they didn't do a pin badge, and I went, don't think I went to closing, but I went towards the end of the run for like the 3rd time because I saw that show quite a lot. And I was like, oh, I need a memento of the show, programme's not enough. So I ended up wearing the keyring. And I was like, it needs to be in this collection. What am I going to do? Basically. So what I did instead, that's not going to pop, that's upsetting. What I did was I purchased the keyring, and it now just lives in here, but I hold it down with other pins. Why do I feel like I'm giving myself like Blue Peter vibes for this? I don't know. I'm still not happy with the spacing, but for now it's gonna have to do. Nice. Right, so this is what we're now working with. Ta-da! Ooh, look at the shimmer in that light. Everyone else feared for my life then, because I did. There we go. We've now got a good chunk of space over here to play with and see what I mean about the School of Rock one. Whilst we're talking, or before we add the new ones, my favourites out of everything is Waitress's Pie, just iconic. Like I said, I love the DeLorean and the mouse because I know what they are, but they're not necessarily merch. The Benjamin Button trio, for no reason apart from it's Benjamin Button, and I love this one. Ooh, the other thing to mention, don't know if I still do it because I haven't been back for a very long time, but when shows do multiple ones, but you can buy them individually and collect them, no thank you. Because you get the likes of Moulin Rouge, who used to do 4 separate pin badges, Truth, Love, the other 2. I went for Truth because I like the elephant the most, but you could buy all 4. Don't do that, that is rude. The other place that did that was Six. Again, don't know if they still do it because I haven't been in a while, but they used to have the 6 pin, which is up the top, the purple glorious glittery one, but then they used to have one for each of the queens. So I got 10 amongst these 3s because I don't know, I've always liked Kay Howard, but yeah, don't do it. Because if you're charging like between 4 to possibly up to like 10 for a pin, and then you want people to buy 4 separate pins, it's just rude. So here is what we're working with. Ooh, got a little bit of colour going on down here with Mrs. Doubtfire and Come From Away and Benjamin Button, a little bit of pink here with Importance Being in Earnest and Mean Girls, a little bit of black and gold, love it, love to see that. Let's stick in my most recent purchases. Firstly, I'm going to open this one because I don't think I've actually ever seen it in the flesh. I've kept it all wrapped up since I purchased. Okay, I can deal with that. So as per here, let's do it. Great Gatsby. Go down there, plastic. So most ones that you purchase come on a card with something in the back. So I'm a hoarder, so I like to keep the cards, especially when they put like a little nod to something. So back here, got the eyes from the garage. So all I do is I take the back off. Again, I store them all pretty much together in one place in case one day I want to take everything out of here and do something with them. I say to myself that's why I keep the cards and the things they're attached to, but not necessarily. So I've just pushed it in. Lovely jubbly. I'm going to put this one in because it's gold and so is the Great Gatsby. We have the Addams Family pin, again out of plastic, back off the card and into the box. We have Mary Poppins, which is stunning because it is the umbrella, but at the same time it is an interesting shape to try and fit it in. I love you, Disney and Mary Poppins, for a gorgeous pin, but oh, that's like it's perfectly made for there under Kinky Boots shoe, or boot should I say. What a lovely place to be, in between the boot from Kinky Boots and the trio from Titanic. There are better places to be, but it works at this current time. And the final one to add in for the day is the Comedy About Spies one, which literally says Comedy About Spies. I was going to mock Mischief then for the creativity. However, when they had a pin for Peter Pan Goes Wrong, they did a Peter Pan hat, so I can't really mock you for that. I don't actually know how many other Mischief shows have got the pin badges, because I didn't collect when I first went to play What Goes Wrong, so I didn't look. Shame on me. I should have known back then that this would become an obsession. I often / always buy from a show a programme, pin badge if they have them, and that is usually my lot. There is a few exceptions. Occasionally I'll have a tote bag, and I've started for some reason collecting keyrings, but they have to be good keyrings. Otherwise it's a different story. But here we are. A good Sunday job is done. I've had a bit of a rejig. I feel a little bit better about spacing, and I have a little bit more room to fill down here. But there we go. What a lovely little Sunday job completed and ticked off. Is anyone else a fan of a pin badge? If you are, tell me what your favourite pin badge you have and what show it is, because I'm obsessed. But I can now close up shop and stick it back where it lives. But there we are. I am also aware that the glass probably needs a clean because I haven't done that in a while. But yay! I'm so happy. Thank you for watching this video. Congratulations if you got to the end of it. For me just rambling about pin badges whilst I did a bit of a rejig and an organise and a show and tell, if you will. I do have plans to go and see some theatre soon, so hopefully there won't be too many more show and tell videos. But if you want to see any of my other collections, let me know. By far, I was going to say by far this is my biggest collection. That is a lie. By far my biggest collection is programmes, because that spans over 3 years, I think, at this rate. Possibly 4. But like I said, I have started collecting other things if they look pretty to me, such as tote bags and keychains, although keychains is basically a collection of 2 plus the School of Rock one that lives in there. But yes, if you want to see any of them, let me know. But I'm going to leave this video here and say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you come back next time. Other than that, all that's left to say is usual, which is that I love you all lots. And yeah, thanks for watching this video. The final thing to say is the last thing I always say, which is the following. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, and goodbye. Bye.